Hello dear student, welcome back to Math Grade 8. This time we have a new topic which is adding and subtracting algebraic expression, chapter 2, section 1. So in adding and subtracting algebraic expression, before we're going to explain the topic, we need to know some basic notes which is called like term. We studied like term in grade 7, but we're going to repeat it again. So what is like term? The definition of the like term, the first thing that you need to do is you must have same variable with the same power, then you can call it like term. Now if you take a look, we have 11x and let's say 7x. Do I care about these numbers, the coefficients? No, I only care about the variable. This one is x, this one is x. The power of this x is 1. This one is also 1, so this one is called like term. So that means I can add and subtract it. But what if I have again the same number, 11x power 2 and 7x power 3? Now, can I add and subtract this one? No, because it's right, I have x, but I have different power. If you have different power, you cannot add and subtract because they are unlike term. So because they are unlike term, we cannot add and subtract. So if you have something like this, you leave it like that and you'll say we cannot add and subtract it. So now, and also for your own information, now we need to know also this one. Every single number, let's say -2, then 4, they call like term because both of them are only a number without any variable. So let's say we have 4 and -18. Again, let's say 4, let's change the 4, let's make it 6 and 7. So again it will be same thing, like term, because they are exactly same thing. They are like term because there is no variable with them. So maybe you will ask, what is variable? We already said variable is every letter that we're going to use it in mathematics, like A, B, C until X, Y, Z. So any letter that you have in mathematics is called variable. Then what is coefficient? Maybe you're going to ask, what is coefficient? Coefficient is, let's say we have 5x. We said x is variable. Then what is the name of this 5? This 5 is called coefficient. So the number which is beside a variable, it's always called the coefficient. Now let's solve a question. It's chapter 2, section 1, adding and subtracting algebraic expression. We can also call it by adding and subtracting algebraic expression, and also we can say adding and subtracting binomials, monomials, and trinomials, because now binomial it's mean two term, trinomial it's mean 3 term, monomial it's mean 1 term, which is exactly the same thing as expression. So now, what are the steps to solve these questions? What are the steps? The steps is, the first thing is remove the parentheses. Remove the parentheses. Second one, combine the like term. Then the last thing is simplify. It's only 3 steps to solve a question. Now let's say we have 7x plus 8, close it, between them what do I have? Plus. It's add. Then we have 11x minus 3. The steps for addition, be careful, for add. Now how I know this one is addition, not multiplying or something, because we have addition between them. So what I'm going to do, the first step is removing the parentheses. I'm going to write everything like itself. 7x positive 7x plus 8 plus 8. Then 11 is positive, so I'm going to write positive 11. Then 3 is negative, so I'm going to write negative 3. Then I did the first one. Then the second one, it's a combine the like term. Now we said the like term is every variable would have same power. I have x, yes. I have x, yes. So that means these two are like term because both of them have x with the same power. Then this one is constant, yes. This one is constant, yes. So I'm going to change their places. So this one will be 7x. 7x is a friend with what? 11x. But in front of the 11x, what do I have? Plus. So I'm going to write plus 11x. Then, do I have any other things like x to bring it to the x? No. Then I'm going to constants. What I have, the first one is positive 8. So I'm going to write positive 8. In front of the 3, do I have plus or minus? Minus. So I'm going to write minus 3. Then I'm going to simplify. Same sign or different sign? Same sign. 7 plus 11 to 18x. Then same sign or different sign? Different, because this one is positive, this one is negative. Different, subtracted. We studied this one in adding and subtracting algebraic expression in chapter 1. So 8 minus 3 is 5. 8 is bigger or 3? 8. What is the sign of 8? Plus, so that means this one will be plus. Do I have any other like term to add it? No. So this one will be the answer. That's the answer of this question. Now what if I have more numbers? Like let's say what if I have like this one or the top number. Now let's solve question number 3. So it's a, or number 2, let's do number 2 first. So number 2 is a 5x power 3 minus 6x minus 1 plus negative 3x plus 7. So if you take a look to this question, how I'm going to solve it? First of all, remove bracket. We already studied this one. So I'm going to remove the bracket. 5x power 3, positive, positive. Negative 6x, negative 6x, negative 1, negative 1. I'm not touching it. Then in front of the 3, what do I have? 3x, negative, so I'm going to write negative. 3x in front of the 7, what do I have? Positive, so I'm going to write positive. Now, I wrote everything. Now I removed the bracket without changing anything. Now, do I have anything power 3? No, so that's mean the only one. I'm not going to touch this one. It's power 3, so I'm going to rewrite 5x power 3 like itself because there is no friend to write with it. Then if you take a look, we have x, we have x. So these two are friends. So I'm going to rewrite these two together. So that this one is what? Negative 6x. So I'm going to write negative 6x. This one is negative 3x. So I'm going to write negative 3x. So when you bring the number beside each other, you need to bring the sign also with it. Then, what else is friend together? We said every constant number is the like term. So negative 1, positive 7. So that means I need to write these two together. What is it? Negative 1. So I'm going to write negative 1. What is with a 7? Plus. I'm going to write positive 7. Now just if you have simplify, simplify. If you don't have it, leave it like itself. So this one will be 5x power 3. Then if you take a look to these two numbers, they are like term. That means I can add and subtract. Do I have same sign or different sign? So this one is negative, this one is negative. So it means they are same sign. We add them. We said when we add these two, the answer it's add. But the answer it's always in negative. So this one will be negative. 6 plus 3, 9x. Then go to the next one. If you take a look, this one is positive and negative. So this one is negative, this one is positive. Different sign. We said if you have different sign, we need to subtract. Subtract. So you're going to subtract it. Then this one will be 7 minus 1, 6. Which one is bigger, 7 or 1? Of course 7. What is the sign of 7? Plus. So that means here will be plus. And that's the last answer of this question. That's how we're going to solve this kind of question. Now, what if I have two numbers but with a different sign? What do we mean by this? If you take a look, let me see if you have an example like this. No, I'm going to explain this one in the next one or here. Okay, let's solve this one also. What if I have 5x in power 2 minus 9 bracket plus then 7x power 2 minus same thing, look, in power 2 plus 8. Now what is the first step? Removing every bracket. So this one's positive, I'm going to write it positive, minus 9. Then this one is positive, yes, I'm going to write positive. Then this one is negative, so I'm going to write negative. Positive, so positive. Like itself, I didn't change anything. Now, do I have like term? Yes. These two are the like term. The only difference between these two is this one is positive, this one is negative. So for this one, because the coefficient when you subtract it, it will be 0. 5 minus 5, it will be 0. 0 times, let's say anything, let's say 0 times b, it's equal to 0. So no need to write these two. Immediately you're going to say these two will cancel each other because this one is positive, this one is negative after opening. Then you're going to check if you have any other like term. Yes, negative 9, positive 8. So, but to make it easier for yourself, always write the thing which is have variable in the first. So positive 7x power 2, it will always write in the first. Then negative 9, positive 8, because the 9 is negative. That's why I put negative. Then the answer will be 7x power 2, negative and positive. If you take a look, we studied this one in chapter 1, section 1 or 2, I'm not sure. Adding and subtracting, same sign or different sign. This one is positive, this one is negative. So we subtracted 9 minus 8, it will be 1. 9 is bigger or 8, 9. So the sign of it will be negative. So the answer will be 7x power 2 minus 1. That's how you're going to solve for addition. But what if I have subtraction? So for subtraction, it's exactly the same thing. But before we're going to study the subtraction, we have something which is called opposite. Opposite. So when the question asks you to find the opposite, what are you going to do? The first thing that you're going to do, you're going to write the question. Now question number 5, it's a 4y minus 7. So what are you going to do to solve this question? You're going to write 4y like itself and 7 also like itself without any sign. Because it's asked for opposite, you're only going to change the sign. This one is negative, so it will be positive. 4y here was positive. If you bring it down, it will be negative. So the answer is equal to negative 4y plus 7. Let's solve another question. Let's say if I have negative 2y power 2 minus 4y minus 6. So in this case, what I'm going to do? So, oh, sorry, this one is positive. So there is no power. So now, if I want to solve this one, what I'm going to do? I'm going to rewrite everything like itself without sign. So the sign, this one is negative, it will be positive. This one is negative, it will be positive. This one is positive, so it will be negative. Just change the sign from positive to negative, from negative to positive when it say find the opposite. That's how you're going to find the opposite, and opposite is easy. We need this opposite to solve the next question, which is subtraction. What is subtraction? Subtraction, it's exactly the same step as addition. The only difference is you need to take the opposite of the second one. Remove bracket. Remove bracket. So, second one is change second bracket. I think I forget the key here. Bracket. 3. The third one. Combine like term. Then simplify. That's the steps. So let's solve. What do we mean by this? So if I have 4x minus 6 minus 3x plus 7. How I know it's subtraction? Because I have subtraction between them. So what I'm going to do, remove the bracket, but before we remove the bracket, I can remove the first one, but I cannot remove the second one because I have a negative power, negative between them, the sign. So in this case, what I'm going to do, I'm going to keep the first, removing the bracket. The second one, I need to change the second bracket to what? To opposite. To opposite. To this one. Now, because it's negative, you can say I'm going to change it to opposite. So this 3x, I'm going to write like itself, the 7 like itself. Then this one is positive, so it will be negative. This one is positive, so it will be, it's positive, so it will be negative. Now, same thing, combine the like term. So 4x, 3x, so it will be 4x minus 3x. Then negative 6, negative 7, so negative 6, negative 7. So this one will be x minus same sign, add different sign, subtract. So that's why it became x. 6 plus 7, it will be 13, and the answer will be in negative. Let's solve another question. The next question that we have is, let's solve 4 minus 8y minus y power 2z, close it, minus 6 minus 25y minus y power 2, then z. It's question number 22 in the book. Now, we said we keep the first one like itself, without the bracket. Then what I'm going to do, the second bracket, I'm going to, because it's minus, so I'm going to take the opposite of it. So it will be 6, 25y, y power 2z. The 6 is positive, so it will be negative. This one is negative, so it will be positive. This one is negative, so it will be positive. So some people will say, we call this one as opposite. So some people say, Mom, I'm going to use distributive property, which is multiply. Negative times positive, negative. Negative times negative, positive. Negative times negative, positive. So it's exactly the same thing. So now, do I have like term? Yes. Why is it? Why is it? Positive, negative. If you remember, we already studied this one. We said if you have exactly the same thing, the only difference between them is positive and negative. So they will cancel. So these two will cancel. No need to write them. Then 25 and 8y. Because both of them have y with a power of 1. Then negative 6, then positive 4. Because this negative is 4, 8. Now, this one will be 4 positive, then negative 6 beside each other. Then negative 8y, then positive 25y. Then just simplify. Same sign or different sign? Of course different. Negative, positive, subtract. So it will be negative 2 because 6 is bigger and the sign of 6 is 2. It's negative, so that's why it's negative. These two again, same sign or different? Of course different. This one is positive, this one is negative. So subtract. 25 minus 8, so it will be positive. Then y. 25 minus 8, 5 there, 3 there, so it will be 70 y. So you can leave it like that, or you can change it to 70y minus 2. Just change their places, but do not change the sign. The 2 is negative, so it's still negative. 70y is positive, still positive. So just change their places. Also, this one is correct. That's how you're going to do the subtraction and addition in your book, and you already understand the opposite. I hope you understand it, and I hope I show you something that it's useful. So see you in the next class and have fun.